My name is Jeffrey Davis, so this must be Radio Entrepreneurs, always sharing the success of entrepreneurship. And who better to share it with than Conrad Martin today in my studio with me.
Hi, Jeff. How are you today?
Good, Conrad. Don't you like that opening? Just came out
That was
of
fantastic.
top of my tongue.
Always gets better with you, Jeff.
Well, one thing you know, I've never done an introduction of you twice because I never remember what I said about you a minute earlier.
Thank God. I wish others didn't remember what you said about me.
It's the key to a good marriage.
That's right.
Conrad, why don't you introduce our next entrepreneur, because she's sitting here nervously waiting.
I would be happy to. Our next entrepreneur is Monica Sullivan, who's the president of D50 Media. D50 Media is a public relations firm with a lot of social media behind it. And Monica, welcome to the show.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We don't need to interview you now because Conrad said what you do.
Well, a little different. We're actually a digital agency. We're a direct marketing agency. We're a lot of things, but we're all about acquisition marketing. So PR is a piece of it, but we do
acquisition marketing. Okay,
yes.
You had the nail. What is acquisition marketing for our listeners?
Acquisition marketing is finding your best customers and bringing them to you in the most efficient way.
So unlike a lot of old-fashioned PR firms, you're saying that you can help build business.
Yes, we help our clients grow their businesses.
You don't want me to ask any more questions? No.
Well, we're actually not a PR agency. We're a direct
Digital.
response agency.
Okay. So it's very different.
It's
Okay.
television.
You said PR.
I did. My mistake.
I know
I'm
the
sorry.
difference. But why don't you tell our listeners the difference? Why don't you tell our listeners what a direct response agency is? Now I know.
Yeah. So starting with how consumers are today, right? They're watching TV. They're listening to radio. They have 2 or 3 screens in front of them all the time. They're reading. They might not be reading paper anymore. Maybe they're reading digitally, but they're social beings. They're everywhere. So
Conrad, I think she has a camera into your bedroom.
companies cannot just focus on one channel. They have to have their message out there where their customers are, though. So it's
Right.
not just about casting a wide net and hoping somebody shows up. We help narrowcast. So let's figure out who your best customers are, find them, and bring them to you for the least amount of money. You're still spending money, but you're spending it more efficiently, and that's really about what our customers need.
Well, that's what it's all about.
Yes.
It's all about getting customers. It's not about just getting a name out, not to get press, not to get your face out there. You need customers.
Right. And everybody needs new customers. Everybody needs new growth. So we help our clients figure out where the customers are, how to get them. We know that being on television drives better search marketing. It drives more cost-efficient search marketing. So all the channels working in concert is what we're about. It's not a solo act with one channel. It's everything, but how do you do it so that you're not spending too much money?
So, Monica, how did you get into this business? What's your background?
So I spent 11 years at Digitas, and I spent almost 3 years.
Michael Bronner.
Yes. He's a wonderful person, and he was my first mentor, and I started with him in 1994.
And that was Bronner Schlossberg originally, right?
Bronner Schlossberg Humphrey, yes.
Right.
And it was a great place to learn direct response 101, and it's in my blood now. So I took that later in life to Caesars Entertainment, where I did all of their acquisition and brand marketing for all of the brands across the U.S., and then came back to Boston because I have young boys, and this is a better school system, as you know, and found D50 Media and fell in love.
Were you at Bronner Schlossberg before Digitas?
I was.
So you're one of the originals?
Not the originals. The originals was Eastern Exclusives, but
Right.
I was there for several years when it was Bronner Schlossberg, and then moved into Digitas and grew with the company.
Interesting. Yeah. And they really are, and they were, or they're considered to be, I'll get it right, at the forefront of New England in that category, correct?
Yes, strong digital for sure. I think what I'm excited about with D50 is that it's all channels, so it doesn't ignore the traditional that drives people in and then captures them, and we're trying to help clients with both.
So who's a typical client, and what would an engagement what kind of engagements do people hire you for? So that our listeners will understand that.
So they know who they know what their brand is, and they know who their customers are, but they don't know how to find them efficiently. And so they come to us because they know that they're not really getting enough customers with search marketing, or enough customers with DRTV, or maybe they know their costs are too high in DRTV, but they don't know how to fix it. We help them find the stations and the channels to be on that match their customers. We help them with the message so that the customer's need is met in the messaging, so they understand that they're going to get what they want from the client. And so it's really about finding that marriage of media and message that meets the customer's need and gets the client the customers that will be the best customers for them. So the engagement could be email marketing. It could be helping them get search better. It could be a combination of channels of television and paid search. It could be a PR campaign and social media. So it's really about meeting the client's needs, and it's not one.
So it's a full service direct response.
Yes, and it could be helping with website, with creative.
Again, my name is Jeffrey Davis. I'm here in the Money Matters Radio Network studios with Conrad Martin, and we're speaking with Monica Sullivan of D50 Media Direct Response. I added the direct response so that they knew what we're talking about. Monica, is there a typical size client that works for you, or is it, because I'm not sure, startups always would think that they could afford you, or is there flexibility to something like this?
You know what, we want to help clients that can use our services, and it's not really limited to a small company or a large company. I think that it's about finding that place where we can help any size company do direct response better. And there are a lot of agencies out there that do a piece of the mix, and I think what makes us different is we can really help with acquisition marketing uniquely. And it's any size. We've done very well with regulated industries. We help to drive a very strong and one of the best in the market legal networks for lead gen. We help financial services, but we can also help and are talking to clients in hospitality, in retail, in sports and entertainment. So we're not limiting ourselves to who needs our services. Everyone needs acquisition marketing. Everyone needs new customers.
Well, we'll use Conrad as an example. So Conrad could use it. We could probably use it as well. Now, do you have partners?
We have some.
No, do you have business partners in the business with you?
No specific partners, but we will work with other agencies if they have, if they're just a brand agency and they need help executing.
I was saying basically, are you the only equity partner in your company?
Oh no, there are others.
How many partners do you have?
I think about 10.
Oh, so there's a lot of you that came. Were you all out of the same business?
No, different areas. Legal, VC. Yeah, so it's a good mix of people.
And how many people in total?
There are 50 employees at D50. It's a coincidence that we have to be about 50, but we are a group of professionals that come from all different areas. There are direct marketing experts in specific channels, but we work in concert. It's not a solo act. It's a concert that makes it really work. But we have experts from larger agencies. I think what makes us very special is that we're that size that can be really intimate with clients and understand their business and get connected with the client's business in a better way. I think as you get bigger, in my experience, as you become a digitized business, I think it gets harder to have that connection and that passion.
Do you find, New England isn't necessarily the most sophisticated marketing environment in the country? You're not saying that. I'm saying that. It's not. It's a medical market. It's an educational market, and it's a financial services market. But you don't really find the country's most renowned agencies in Boston. It's not Chicago or New York or L.A. Do you find that it's hard with clients sometimes trying to educate them to the benefits of marketing?
I think my clients and our prospective clients know their customers, know their business, and I think we're there to help them understand marketing. It's we all play a different role in helping businesses grow, and so we have an advantage, I think, in helping New England companies really get better with acquisition marketing. I don't think you have to be a New York City agency. I think the key is blocking and tackling what works and try to nail it for your customers, for your clients in my case, to do what they do best and let us do what we do best, which is get them more customers and help them do it more efficiently.
Now, I know the ad agency model and the PR agency model. How do you assign people to an account? Do they work in teams, and what composition is that team?
They do work in teams. There's always a leader to make sure that a client doesn't have to talk to 15 people who might be running individual channels for them.
Like a client service representative.
Exactly.
Right.
So we certainly have that. And then based on what we're trying to achieve for the client, there'll be an expert in email, there'll be an expert in search, there'll be an expert in direct response television. So we'll apply the team that really meets their needs. and they'll know those people. We'll have regular meetings. There'll be a connection, but the day-to-day, they still have a client services one-stop shopping.
Do they tend to work under a contract with, an extended period of time like an ad agency would?
It can be, or it can be project work. We do testing and show that we've exceeded their prior agency's work before we take on a longer-term deal. We will really work to prove that we can exceed prior results, and we've been very successful.
So you don't mind if I keep asking questions?
No,
Pam?
I think you're doing a great job, Jeff.
Is statistical tracking a big part of your job?
Yes, we're highly analytical.
And so what kind of tools are you using in today's world to sort of track your work?
So there are many tools out there that other clients use as well. We apply the best of breed in terms of working with AdWords and Google Analytics and all of that, but we also leverage profiling and modeling, and we have the VP who was at Epsilon for years, really helping clients look at their data differently and making sure that they're understanding their customers and then applying that to their channel mix. We also look across channels to help figure out where are the leads coming from, and how can we essentially get the attribution, meaning like where is everything which channel is each lead coming from, not just what the last thing that the customer did. Maybe they went onto the website and that got the sale, but where did they start? Did they come from television and then found their way to search and then found their way to the website? So we're really helping clients figure out the customer's journey to them, because learning about Conrad's business may not necessarily be a one-stop experience for the consumer. So we're helping our clients figure out the customer's journey and how to make sure they're present where their customers are.
Are you able to tell us before we go a specific case where some company came in and where you really sort of helped them to sort of take their business to another level?
Yes, we had a survey company come to us. They were doing a good job with search marketing, and they challenged us to help them exceed that mark. We didn't take any money until we essentially exceeded their goals in search marketing, and then now we're in a long-term relationship with them. So we essentially exceeded what they were doing before, and now we're moving on to a deeper relationship.
Oh, that's fantastic. Proof was in the pudding.
Sounds like marriage.
Yeah.
Well, it is usually with clients. It becomes
a little
very
dating, and then we got married.
Absolutely. Done it many times at work. Monica, if somebody wanted to know more about D50 Media and they wanted to contact you or somebody in the firm, how would they learn about the business or contact you?
So certainly D50media.com. That's D50media.com. Or they can reach me directly, msullivan@d50media.com.
So since you're in the good at making contacts, you're going to join our Facebook page, and you'll communicate on our Facebook page, and
I'll like your comments.
And it'd be hard to like my comments.
That'll be a first.
I've been putting up I actually been putting up non-radio related comments the last few days. So
as long as it's authentic, that's what you care about.
I put up a picture of somebody who shouldn't have been walking, who learned to walk again over the last few days. I've been putting up videos of that person. So I was very proud of them, so I had to put it up. So.
That's great.
Well, Monica, it's great having you on. Again, it's Monica Sullivan of D50 Media. I'm here in the studios with Conrad Martin of Tech Advisors. Conrad, interesting business, right?
Fantastic business, a whole different spin that I wasn't aware of, so it's very interesting.
The world of marketing evolves just like technology, Conrad.
That's right.
You're not the only one.
You got to stay on top of it.
It was wonderful to be here with both of you.
And
Thank
see, you didn't
Monica.
need your script, right?
Did not.
Good. Well, we're going to have to sign off. Maybe we'll have you back on again. You'll talk about media again with us. We like this topic.
That would be great.
My name is Jeffrey Davis. We'll be right back after this break on Radio Entrepreneurs.